Oh man, well, I mean, the new pad needs a new song, and make it good because the neighbors are listening. This is this is actually our first live episode. Just no audience, but the walls are thin as paper. Yeah, it's what it is.
Just gonna try out my. Who needs an open mic? Just gonna try out jokes in here.
Welcome to Soft Launch, episode 70. Yes, new digs in this motherfucker.
Yes, live from Queens, New York.
Yeah, apologies for everybody who has anxiety and OCD, and the new background makes you nervous and uneasy. And when I say everybody, I'm talking to Samantha.
Yeah.
Fucking calm down already. All right, guys, welcome back to the Soft Launch podcast. We took off last week because we were moving.
Yeah.
And we're here this week, even though we shouldn't be, because we couldn't take 2 weeks off from you guys. We haven't done that in over a year.
Yeah.
But we're here. We're feeling like shit.
Like shite.
Yeah, so if at all it sounds like we're just snorting a couple lines.
Yeah, we are.
Yeah. A couple lines of fucking mucus.
Yeah.
Just right up
a couple lines of Afrin.
Yeah, it's fucking, we're both sick. We're both
I'm allergic to Queens.
Yeah, she's allergic to Queens, and she's just all sniffly because she misses her old apartment in the worst neighborhood in the fucking city.
Yeah, watch your mouth about this fucking name.
Oh, I didn't even realize. No, I love the Lower East Side, but we didn't live in the Lower East Side. Make no mistake, we lived in Chinatown.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I don't think you guys got to be fucking geniuses at arithmetic to know how I felt about that place. It's what it is. We're here, episode 70. We're gonna we didn't really put out a prompt. We're a little ill prepared, but we're just excited to be here.
We're just excited to be here.
And with that,
we're just excited to be here. I'm depressed.
Yeah, and make no mistake, Samantha was she's been so excited. She's been dancing around.
Yeah.
The argument could be made that she's been lollygagging.
Yeah.
All day. Or not lollygag, frolicking.
Yeah.
Around the apartment.
I'm having the sundowns.
Yeah.
The sun went down and I got depressed.
Yeah, the kid turned 37 and she's just fucking losing it when the sun goes down.
Yeah.
It's just what it is. When the sun goes down, so does morale. But we're here and we're trying to pick it up, and we're going to do that by getting into our first segment.
One thing about we,
and one thing about us, obviously, guys, we made our big move, man. Shout out to us. They said it wasn't possible.
They did say that,
and they were almost right.
Yeah. And by they, it was us.
Yeah.
We are they. It felt impossible, and everybody said it was going to be hard. And honestly, it was harder than everybody said.
Way harder than everybody said.
Yeah. If JC and I ever break up, we're just going to live as roommates because I'm not leaving.
Yeah, it's just what it is.
This was the worst.
This was the worst.
The worst experience of my life.
It was a terrible experience, and it was an outrageously long experience.
It was way too long.
And however bad you think it was for you, pile mourning your dead grandma on top of it. Couldn't even do that. Had to fucking kick it into Metal Gear fucking movement.
Yeah,
mode.
and if you keep hitting my plant, you're gonna be the next. So I'm gonna be more than you.
Whatever.
Just
cool.
a little bit to your left. Because if I'm already too depressed, I can't take a dead plant.
If this is our best plant. This plant is always fine. I used to bump into it in the old apartment too.
Don't talk about the old apartment.
If we had a bingo game, 100% one of the bingo things would be, can you watch out you're hitting my plant.
Yeah.
That would be one of the most frequently hit.
It definitely would be.
Squares. But we finally made this move. We're finally in the new apartment.
Yeah.
I'm thrilled. You guys can't see it. You can see a lot of it.
Yeah.
Because this is the living room. This is not where we will be potting long term. But, while we get our podcast studio, official studio, which would be one room that way, this is where we're going to have to do a couple episodes. And when I say a couple, probably 2.
Yeah, because we'll be in Puerto Rico next week. Yeah. So you will get a podcast, but you will get it from that trash ass island. It's just what it is. You understand?
Yeah, you know what I mean? And we're going to be doing our next episode from Puerto Rico. But right now, this is our first episode in the new apartment. And how do you feel, baby?
I feel I'm very excited. Yeah. I know how to make a house a home.
Yeah,
so it's definitely like homey. It's so cute. It is literally like the decor of my dreams.
Yeah,
I love it. But I'm just missing the Lower East Side. I could cry. I'm about to. My nose is burning.
Yeah, well, your nose is burning
because I did too much coke.
Yeah, because you did too much coke, or because there is unfortunately asbestos all throughout this apartment, and we are dying a slow death. What, do you miss the apartment itself? Do you miss the neighborhood that we were in?
No. Are
you just afraid of change?
It's just been. It's only been a day. We moved in yesterday. Yeah. Shout out Piece of Cake Moving.
Yo, big shout out Piece of Cake.
Yeah,
so
honestly,
I don't even know what the fuck. What a great play!
You don't even know what you're doing. We would have had to shoot ourselves if we didn't have Piece of Cake moving. I don't know how we would have done it.
Any other moving company, if you're listening to this,
You can suck my fucking dick.
Piece of Cake is unfortunately the greatest moving company ever to grace.
Yeah, and have we ever used another moving company? No, but do we know for sure that Piece of Cake is the best? Absolutely. Yeah. They were so honestly really great. I don't even know how people do it without moving companies. Like I moved to my old apartment from my mom's house and it was just a bedroom.
Yeah.
So I didn't have furniture. I was buying all new shit. It was like my mattress was the hardest thing. My uncle put it in his backseat. It was not a big deal. I cannot imagine moving without people who are ask their friends to help them move an apartment. Grow the fuck up.
Yeah, get a moving company. How rude can you be?
Use our promo code Softies.
Use promo code Softies, which is live now.
Yeah, which is live.
And you can get 10% off of all moves using Piece of Cake in New York and 5% off of long-term moves.
Holy shit.
Piece of Cake, the Softie promo code. So use that. It's up active now. Piece of Cake literally made our entire moving process worth it.
Yeah.
Because we pre-moved.
We did.
On Sunday. We moved on Monday. We pre-moved on Sunday, and we had our friend, shout out to Jared.
Shout out to Jared.
We had him load up his pickup truck with a bunch of stuff, clothes that we need for this apartment.
Yeah.
And then we had Piece of Cake come and take the rest of it the next day, and they had 12 boxes and like 6 pieces of furniture, a big-ass TV, all of this podcast. Everything that you see in this apartment was moved by Piece of Cake.
Yeah, all of my precious plants.
All of the plants.
And they're fine. I mean, one was a little, but it's fine.
Yeah.
One of my propagations that are one of my babies. It's a little. I don't want to talk about it. Yeah. It's a little, But it was one plant, and it's like everyone that I've talked to about moving, they're like, your plants are going to be ruined.
Yeah.
Because it's like plants, but they wrapped each plant individually.
Yeah,
like
really
it probably was like they hit a bump on the highway, and like one little leaf. It's one leaf.
Yeah.
These are my babies.
Babe, unfortunately, I hate to be the one to tell you this, but if the plant was propagated, you fucked it up first.
No.
Yeah. It's just what it is. Yeah,
no, I didn't. Katrina did when she gave me that plant. Not my fault. You understand?
That's what it is.
No, so I'm super happy to be here.
Yeah,
we get a ton of light. Like it's beautiful. Just the girls in your life are having a hard time. Monroe is having a hard time.
Yo, Monroe has been a horrible baby.
Yeah, she is. Well, it's not her fault.
No, it's not.
She can't help that the walls in this place are paper thin. I can hear the people next to us thinking.
Yeah.
So if you have been wondering why JC has like his sexy voice on, it's because he's nervous that our neighbors are going to hear us, and I don't give a fuck. Yeah. You understand? They're going to have to understand. Yeah. JC's giving me eyes, and I don't care because it's not my apartment. It's yours.
Yeah, and if you want it to stay that way, if you know what, if you keep the higher your volume voice goes, I take a fake carrot off of your ring. And it's just what it is. Lower your voice, lower your tone, or I'm going to lower.
How many carrots we working with that I could lose?
Or I'm going to lower the value of your fucking your fucking band. All right? Your band is going to cost 0 bands if you don't fucking watch your fucking mouth. All right?
Yeah. Our neighbors, first of all, our neighbors were having an argument earlier. Make no mistake. I turned down the TV just to listen to them arguing in a different language.
I just don't understand why Samantha's talking like we are not being actively listened to at this moment.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
we're going to have to see these people. They're right there.
Yeah. They get at this TV. They don't fucking speak English.
Well,
I whispered that.
Yeah, and I'm sure they thought they whispered their argument this morning.
Yeah, I don't think so. That guy was talking a little too loud for me. I was going to go over there and help my girl out. Saw her cooking this morning from the window.
Did you really?
When we were walking in, I looked in and she was cooking, and I'm like, this guy's yelling at her and she's fucking cooking for him.
Yeah, I just want you guys to know, I don't know if I'm going to put this in the beginning of the episode. This is our first ever live episode, not because we have an audience, but because we know the people right next to us can hear everything we're saying with crystal clear clarity.
Yeah.
And Samantha, credit to her, is not pulling any punches.
Yeah. The one thing about me, you can't take a Lower East Side out of the girl. Before we started recording, I was like, this is like an open mic. I'm going to just practice all my jokes on the people next door.
Yeah. And you're off to a start, and you know what? You're edgelording now.
Yeah.
This is less of an open mic, more of a kill Tony.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just what it is, and Samantha's having a hard time adjusting.
I am having a hard time adjusting.
Yeah, because it's like a roller coaster with you these last 48 hours or so.
Yeah,
like really high, and then really right now is the first real low.
Yeah. No. Make no mistake. Yesterday I was suffering, but I wasn't letting you know. When we were watching TV, I was like, this doesn't feel like home. Yeah. And I'll be fine in like a couple of days. It's just it's hard for me.
Yeah. What's been the hardest part? Just the different location?
That I don't live in Manhattan anymore. Like the thought of having to, the thought of tomorrow morning that I have an hour.
You don't have an hour.
51 minutes. When my trip to work was 10 minutes door to door, is absolutely killing me. Just the fact that everything, like I was just thinking about, like we went, because my birthday was this weekend, which we'll get into after we talk about the apartment.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, after like our, like our little massage, we just like took our bus home.
Yeah, that was nice.
And it's quick.
Yeah, super quick.
Everything is so quick, and everything now is so not.
Yeah.
It's
a lot more. It's more laborious to get around from here.
Yeah, and if you start using those big words with me, you're gonna have something to do about it.
Yeah.
So when you talk like that, I take it as threats.
Yeah, Samantha, what you don't understand is that you
said laborious. I was like, who? Dexter's?
Laborious? No. Oh man, the Laborious B.I.G. from Bed-Stuy? No. What you got to understand about the neighborhood that we're living in is that the quality of schools is way higher. Yeah. All right, and just by being here and breathing this air that through half of a nostril, I'm getting smarter.
Yeah.
And if you can't read so good, it's going to take you a bit to keep up.
Yeah.
All right, so fucking act like you know what's going on, or I'm going to fucking put you on a piece of cake truck back to the fucking borough trash you came from.
Yeah. Also, the air in this apartment is so dry.
Yeah.
So, like, I also think I'm just coming down with a cold and I'm just ignoring it. But, like, we woke up this morning, the first thing we did was order a humidifier that I guess we're close to the warehouse because they were like, hey, get it today by 5. We were like, okay.
Yeah,
except it's not here. Yeah. But 5 to 10 instead. Yeah. But, yeah, so we might get a little knock on the door ski while we're here or a ring to our doorbell. But, also, I just think it's funny that we did change locations, but Monroe did not change up. She just does not want to be on this podcast. No. She's right to my right, and she just will not be. Maybe you guys, you can see her little butt.
Yeah, you can see her little booty. But there she is. She'll get up. I think we should let her sleep because if she's awake, prancing around, she's going to start barking at a dog that has no idea what she looks like.
Yeah. We live on the first floor. That's a change. So we can hear, because our walls are paper mache, you can hear everybody walking in and out. Mm-hmm. And there are dogs in this building. And Monroe is hearing the dogs and she wants to sing the song of her people to every dog that's passing by. Yeah. And well, today was better. Yesterday was a fucking nightmare. But today was better. She seemed a lot better today.
Yeah. She's also been on one since she saw us pack up the apartment.
Yeah.
We, on Sunday when we came to pre-move, we were packing up all of our clothes and stuff. And once Monroe saw us start to pack, even just us leaving the apartment at the same time to go put clothes in the car and come back up, she started barking and freaking out. And I've never seen her like that.
Yeah. It was wild. I've never seen her like that either.
You have to bring her here.
She definitely has trauma from her past. Yeah. Before me, someone must have abandoned her. I knew that someone had her because she knew how to sit and I think she didn't know how to give paw, but she knew how to sit and she knew how to lay down. Yeah. So I knew someone had her, and then one day I was watching TV when I first got her, and on the TV show, a doorbell rang, and I didn't have a doorbell there, and like she ran to the door, and I was like, oh. And it was like a house doorbell. Yeah. So I was like, oh, she must have lived in a house. Yeah. But there's so much about her I don't know. Yeah. So someone definitely abandoned her, and she was definitely she was triggered.
Yeah. If I'm gonna be honest, if I knew what I was getting into, if I would have known more about Monroe's past, that would have kind of affected the way that I just jumped into this relationship because I signed up to deal with your trauma this fucking bad. I thought she was healed. I thought she was fixed. I thought she was literally fixed in Spain.
Yeah. She's
No, she's super
She's
cute.
the best, but she's just like her mama. Yeah. She's got a little bit of anxiety.
Yeah, she's having a tough go in this moving process.
Yeah, it's literally just when the sun goes down that I'm having a hard time. But I do remember feeling like sad when I moved into my apartment too, because when I moved into it, I mean, there still was nothing when we were there, nothing around. But like, I remember going on Seamless, and like that's when like restaurants used to only deliver within a certain radius on Seamless.
So your favorite restaurants you couldn't get food from?
No, there was like 10 restaurants in the whole neighborhood, and there was all Chinese food, which I love. Chinese food is my favorite cuisine.
But you also love
But
options.
I was like, I can't eat anything, and I was like so depressed. And then like as time went on, obviously more things went on. So it's just, I think I'm just having, it's just change, and make no mistake, I do terrible. I'm so bad with change. Yeah, I hate change. Yeah. I'm having postpartum depression about my apartment.
Which is super interesting because you don't want to push for this.
Yeah. Yeah. It's just a change, and I'll be fine. I'm gonna end up loving it, and it's gonna be great. I love the neighborhood. Like today, when we went for a walk with Monroe this morning to take her out and to get coffees, and I was like, oh, I love this neighborhood. Yeah, it's like we have a coffee shop that like is dog friendly. They have like a dog bowl outside. They have like dog treats, and then they have like a countdown to Christmas outside. And I'm like, am I in a Hallmark movie? Yeah. Yeah. And you're just daydreaming.
No. I'm just looking at the baby like it's seen for a Hallmark movie. Yeah, for sure. Honestly, I can't get out of my head that I know everybody can hear us in this whole.
Yeah, well, get over it. They're gonna have to get used to us.
Yeah, but you don't know the neighbors already. couple of these neighbors I saw at the fucking funeral.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They're in my head because they told me, hey, keep it down in there.
Yeah, the guy did.
Yeah, the guy right there.
Yeah, well, he's gonna have to meet me, and I'm gonna fucking tell him a little something.
Yeah, and that's what you're saying until we outside walking Monroe and we see somebody from the building like, hey, we hear you guys a lot, and you're gonna lose your fucking mind. You're gonna freak out.
No, I wouldn't, because it's also like, okay, if you want quiet, go move to a house. Fuck out of here. You know what I mean? Yeah, I want quiet too.
We're not in Manhattan. We're still in New York fucking city.
Yeah, kiss my fucking ass.
Kiss my fucking ass. Trump 2024. I have freedom again. It's just what it is. We're having a good time.
Yeah, that's just true. That's like when I was telling you the other day when I worked in Applebee's, people would come in and be like, hey, can I have a quiet corner? And I'm like, baby, this is Applebee's. This is not the cheesecake. This is not the Cheesecake Factory.
Do you understand that there's 2 for $20 right now?
Yeah, I'm like,
how is anybody going to be quiet with this fucking type of great deals going on?
Yeah, I'm like, what are you fucking talking? This is Applebee's, my friend.
So funny.
Yeah, so it's
like asking for a quiet corner at Applebee's
is insane.
It's like, hey, I'm looking to really, I want an upscale cocktail and a nice quiet place to read my book. Sir, this is a Fat Tuesday.
You understand?
I think you're looking for Dallas BBQs.
Yeah. So this is a Wet Willie's.
Yeah. So this is a Wet Willie's. I can't help you read a book, but what I can do is I can take a little Corona, flip it upside down, put it in your fucking frozen chicken. Fucking piece of shit. No, that's so funny. But yeah, no, that's true. That does make me feel better. We are in New York City.
We're in New York City, and it's like if you know, I'm also sure they're like, it's new for me because my walls were made of concrete. Make no mistake. Yeah. These walls are made of construction paper.
Yeah.
I can literally hear everything.
Yeah. To be fair,
I literally woke up today. I woke up
7:27.
Yeah.
Also, right about now, my grandmother would be like getting like knee deep into her songs, and she used to sing right in that corner.
Yeah.
Right in that corner right there where we got our little plants. She used to go crazy.
Yeah, and one thing about them is they're going to think your grandma was reincarnated because they are going to get these vocals. You're about to leave tonight, and I'm about to unpack, and they're going to hear this Mariah Carey, and they're going to like it.
They're going to be next to them like, man, Rosa got so much worse. I'm just kidding.
They're like, Rosa learned English.
I'll tell you what, it sounds like Rosa died and came back to life. Except now she's screwed in.
Yeah.
Oh, man. It sounds like Rosa still definitely voted Republican.
You understand?
No, we're just having a good time, man.
Yeah.
But for me, the move, I mean, I was really stressed out the morning of the piece of cake. Like the night into the morning of the piece of cake move because I didn't realize how much we started to do.
Oh my God. We were up until 3 in the morning.
Because I thought we were pretty good and pragmatic about like doing a little bit every day.
Yeah, we really did.
And we did get a lot done, but there was still so much more.
Yeah, I thought because we were here on Sunday before our big move yesterday. We were on Sunday until what, like 8 or 9?
Yeah, late.
And then we went home and I was like, okay, I have to finish. I had already packed up all the clothes in my bedroom. I just had to pack up like the odds and ends. Yep. But when I say odds and ends, the whole thing. It took me.
We were up till 3 in the morning.
We were up till 3 in the morning. While I did that, he was like
4. We did 5 straight hours of packing.
Yeah, it was.
We had to pack up the whole kitchen.
I really the whole time I was sneakers. Like, I wish at this point I could just blink my eyes and be over. And now I'm glad we're here and it's fine.
God.
But yesterday was a nightmare for me. There was one point where you came into the room and I was just in fetal position on the bed, holding Monroe. She had to be on a leash because they had to keep the door open. And I was just staring into like nothing because I was just so anxious about like moving and like we're keeping the apartment for my dad and make no mistake, that's not legal there. So like I'm super nervous that like we have a moving truck that's fucking bright pink. Yeah. And I'm like, people are gonna know that I'm gonna ruin this for my dad. And I was just waiting for management to like come into the building and be like, hey guys, they didn't make no mistake. They said they didn't say anything because the security guard is sleeping.
Yeah,
but
they don't, which is, I told you that, but I know you have different experience with it. Those people are not screwed in.
No, they're not.
At the old KV, they don't know what the fuck is what.
Yeah.
All right? And you know what I also just thought about? They're not screwed in. They don't fucking know anything about what's going on. If anybody comes here, it's going to be the fucking police. You know what I mean? It's not going to be management. We're not going to get a call from our landlord.
They don't even answer.
They don't.
So it's like, I dare these people to complain about our noise.
It's going to be the police who comes.
Yeah.
And nobody else. Or the neighbors themselves.
Yeah. But what was I saying? So, but we almost made it out of where we grew up, where we lived, and we were leaving, and one of our neighbors was like, "Hey, are you guys moving?" And then JC turns around, looks at me, and is like, the smiles. I'm like, "What the fuck are you doing?" So I'm like, "No,
no, we just have 2 luggages each, and our podcast logo in our hand." And our dog, and a general attitude of leaving this all behind. But no, we're just going to the store real quick.
Yeah, and I'm like,
get some milk. Do you want anything? We'll be right back.
Yeah, I am gonna miss those dogs.
Oh yeah, Kobe and them.
Kobe, and I forgot the other one's name.
Yeah, it doesn't fucking matter.
But yeah,
we got 2 new dogs up in here, and Monroe hates them both.
Yeah, Monroe absolutely hates them both.
One day, once we're all outside at the same time, once she gets sniff, she'll be fine.
It's not even the sniff. When Monroe first moved, when I first got Monroe, she barked at every dog in the courtyard, and it took her a week to be like, oh, these are just the homies that chill here, and then would just pass them by. There was a dog, Wendy. She was like 100. Yeah. And like Monroe always wants to sniff. They would just pass each other, not even sniff each other. Just
that's how she was in the courtyard for the most part.
Yeah. So she'll be fine. I'm not even. Monroe is the best dog in the world. Yeah. She just has to adjust. Yeah. But she'll be totally fine. It's me you got to worry about.
Yeah. And make no mistake, I am.
I'm just missing my home neighborhood of the Lower East Side. I cannot believe I'm in another borough. I feel like I've given up on my people. Yeah. And I'll be over it by next week. And I'm like, what are you even talking about? I live it here. I'm Queens till I die.
You fluctuate back and forth, but it's an emotional time.
It's an emotional time, but I am excited to be out in a club and them to be like, Queens in the house, finally. Yeah. Because they just always skip the Lower East Side. Yeah. And I'm always like, hello. Yeah. I've been out like in the Lower East Side.
And they don't shout it out.
No, I'll be like in La Linea, and they're like, anyone from the Bronx? I'm like, no, they're not coming all the way over here.
It's a mixture of people taking where they're from for granted, and then, I feel like you never hear Lower East Side when you're out, so all the DJs, sometimes they're not from the Lower East Side. Yeah. So they just say the stuff that they're used to and that they hear.
Yeah. Well, I probably got a bone pick with them.
Well, you got to be the one to fucking change it. You got to be the change you want to see in this world.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, we're here. I love it. I'm not gonna lie. I really want to shout you out because it is like immediately within 20 minutes of us getting the couch in and not getting the couch, but getting all of our knickknacks in. Samantha had this place and like it's.
Yeah, while the movers were still moving our stuff,
living room corner. Our living room essentially is almost
done.
Finished.
It's done.
Like 95% done. Maybe some pictures and shit, but like immediately. And I was like, oh my! I lived here for almost 10 years. Yeah, and I had a lot of experiences here, and it feels completely different from the apartment that I spent my life in. Yeah. It's insane. So I want to shout you out for that because I did not think that this level of change in an apartment that I'd already lived in was possible.
Yeah. Oh, you know what I mean? You're welcome.
It's fucking amazing. You smashed it.
Yeah.
And I know
I'm glad you're feeling comfy.
Yeah, I feel great. So maybe you should shut your fucking mouth and stop fucking complaining because honestly, you're disrespecting my baby's work. Saying it's not comfy enough to be your home if it's not good enough for my baby, then watch your fucking mouth.
Yeah. No, it's definitely cozy. I made it like, it's just,
It's amazing. It's great. We got our cable up. We got our internet up. We're doing the thing, man. We're cooking it up. And it was the cherry on top to a very nice birthday weekend for you, I hope.
It was a great birthday.
It was a birthday. Shout out to Samantha.
It was my birthday.
She turned 21 again.
I was going to say, don't say my age. I'm coming to that point in my life. Yeah. It was a great birthday. I just wish we were not moving this weekend because it was like as soon as my birthday was over and I was like, it was Saturday, my birthday. And then I was like, well, we have to like pre-move tomorrow. So it just like immediate stress after we had. So shout out to my baby for making my birthday so special while we were living in fucking boxes and everything. We went out in the morning to go to IHOP with my nieces, which was my favorite. I love my nieces.
That's probably your biggest birthday gift was going to IHOP and having Lala open up to you.
Yeah. Because my youngest niece, as you guys probably have heard before, she never fucking talks to me.
Fucking nightmare.
And she finally did. And then when we were leaving, she's like, I'm having so much fun. And I was like, I'm going to die.
Yeah, she's so cute.
She is so cute. Yeah. I just love my nieces so much. It was just the best just to spend the morning with them. And then so we did IHOP, and make no mistake, even if my nieces didn't come, I would have went to IHOP anyway.
Would have been an absolute dream.
Yeah. Also, best part about living here is that there's just an IHOP up the street.
Up the street, right up the street, and it's really it's the beauty of IHOP without the type of non-sensory at IHOP that you would expect. This IHOP is IHOP without the riffraff.
Yeah. Also, I loved the IHOP that we went to because that IHOP clearly, I don't know if every IHOP is like that. They clearly hire people with disabilities. Yeah. And
Samantha's like, what's my TikTok feed doing?
Yeah, literally, we like walk in and the host was like a guy I would follow on TikTok, or he would be on Love on the Spectrum.
Yeah.
Just
for smile, you can tell he's like smile.
Yeah,
smile.
and like gives you the whole like, hi, welcome to IHOP. Do you guys need a seat? Or like, reads the whole thing, and I'm like,
IHOP on 14th Street. We are on Grubhub at this address, and we are open from this time to this time. Would you guys like a seat or a booth?
Yeah, and I almost started crying immediately. Yeah. He was so fucking cute.
Also, to be fair, we could start almost any. We could do a Mad Lib, and the end of it. And it would be true to you. Do a Mad Lib, and the end would be, and I almost started crying.
Oh, well, of course,
is going to lead to you almost.
Yeah. Especially these days. But yeah, I did that with my nieces. That was really fun. And then we went to a Great Jones Spa. Shout out
Denise, bro.
Denise.
Shout out to the big homie Denise. Denise, I don't know if you listen to the pod, but Denise is somebody that has come to see us a bunch of times at Street Talk.
Yeah.
And she's always showed love. And she hooked us up with the friends and family discount at Great Jones.
Yeah.
And we went and we saw what all the hype was about. And there's a lot of fucking hype to be fucking lived.
To be had. Yeah. So they have like a water lounge, and everybody was in the water, and just as true to my age as I am, I just sat down and I took a little nap.
Yeah, we just took one thing about Samantha, if we're going to the spa, we are doing what our kindergarten teachers wish we would have done when we were 5, and we're taking a nap.
Yeah. And my kindergarten teacher didn't have to wish it. I just napped the whole time because I remember I have narcolepsy. I just immediately I was scrolling on my phone and I started dozing off, and then I was like, good night, just passed out because everybody was like, really respectful of like sound and stuff. So like everyone was whispering, and it was just like all you could hear is because they have a waterfall.
Oh, it's amazing.
And you just hear the water just running, and I was like, this is wonderful. Yeah. I just went to sleep. Then we hung out for a little bit longer, got the best massage of my life. I wish I could remember the masseuse's name.
Luis.
Was it Luis?
It was.
Luis. Incredible. If you're going to Great Jones Spa, book him. I have never felt better in my whole life. If you guys are been long-term listeners, in June on Father's Day, I hurt my neck and I've never recovered. Yeah. Like I've obviously been able to move it, but I'm in pain all the time. And I have not been in pain. Yep. My neck feels amazing.
They also threw an extra 15 minutes on us. I don't know if you realize that.
I knew it because I'm like in there and I'm like, this feels really long, but like in the best way possible. Pause. They also
Lewis is gay, by the way.
Lewis is gay, and if he wasn't, he was going to massage me anyway because that's how good he is. Yeah. It was.
No. But I booked him for you because I heard he was the best. And if he wasn't gay, I might not have booked him for you.
Oh, shut up. Don't be toxic. Don't be toxic.
So do I have to let you get touched by the best?
Did you not have a woman massage you?
Yeah, that's different.
I had a man. You said I had a streak. I couldn't see him because I had my glasses on, but you said the last time.
First time.
Yeah.
Do you think I picked him?
Oh.
No.
Don't be toxic.
Yeah.
I don't like who you are since we moved to Queens.
I'll tell you something about who I was born to be.
JC's just been hiding who he really is until I lived in his space.
Yeah.
Now he can.
Now I can really let loose. Now I can actually have opinions.
Yeah.
Now I can be like, no, I don't want to watch Real Housewives of Potomac today.
Yeah, except you do.
Except I get upset when you watch them without me.
Yeah.
So now instead of being like, it's okay that you watch it. Actually, no, it's not.
Yeah.
You actually have to wait.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, then we did that, and then we went to dinner at Planta, which is a vegan restaurant. And if you eat meat, cool.
Yeah.
Go to this place. You won't even realize there's no meat in it. It is fucking credible. We had like it's Asian inspired. Or the one in Nomad is Asian inspired. I don't know how all of them are.
Oh yeah,
but this one they do sushi, but it's not. It's incredible. Yeah. And like I've tried Beyond Sushi. I don't know if you ever had that. No. I think it stinks. Yeah. It's like vegan sushi. It's like the first brand of vegan sushi, and they have it's so bad.
Yeah.
But Planta is insane. So good. Their drinks.
Yeah, it's delicious. It's really good.
It's so good.
As long as you have a little bit of a tolerance for a busy dining environment, and also fucking influencers coming and taking videos and pictures all over the fucking
restaurant. Which threw me off because it doesn't feel like that kind of place.
It's not that kind of place, but those that type of person is unfortunately
if you want to see a woman in a Real Housewives one-piece cat suit, that's what they're going to be wearing, and they're going to have an actual videographer with them. It wasn't like their friend on their iPhone.
Yeah.
They've hired that guy.
Yeah, those women were dressed as scantily as these walls are laid. Everything is getting through. You can see and hear everything.
Yeah, and they all had BBLs, and they walked through, and everyone was just like, "What?" And then make no mistake, we had a 2-seater on the side, and we were sitting next to a family that was celebrating their parents' 50th wedding anniversary, and they're just like brown people who are like wholesome.
3 generations of not from American people.
Yeah.
And they're seeing this. And I just watched this 12-year-old girl's beauty standards get ruined in front of my eyes.
Immediately. And these two girls walking, I'm like, what? Because it doesn't feel like an influencer spot.
Yeah. One thing about these influencers, they walked in, they're like, the meat isn't the only thing fake in here. Let me turn around and show you this fucking ass.
Yeah. It was like a BBL you see on like Instagram.
It was a porno BBL.
Yeah, it was so insane. Yeah. I couldn't take my eyes off of it.
Ridiculous.
And then like you just like looked at the table next to us and like the dad was just like,
I wasn't even. It was so bad that like, because guys, you see when you see an ass from the front coming, like we're probably gonna try to take a look.
Yeah.
These asses were so ridiculous. I'm like, I looked for reactions. It's like watching a comic I know tell a joke that I know is gonna kill, and I start looking at the crowd instead of looking at the stage.
Yeah.
That I'm like, this ass is gonna shake this room.
Yeah, it's like the people who look at the groom when the bride is walking down the thing to see his reaction to the bride.
Exactly.
That was me looking at everybody.
Except instead of excitement, I was just like, because most guys would be like, but I was just looked at this dad like.
It was insane.
Oh, brother,
it was insane. And they had a videographer with an actual video camera like following them while they walk down, like pretending to be on their phone. And it's like, you don't have any friends. Because if you had any friends that you'd be texting, they'd be telling you not to do this. What are you doing in this vegan restaurant?
Dog, it was horrible. It was really, it was wild. It was wild.
Yeah.
It was wild to see. But just if it's our birthday, if it's one of our birthdays, wherever we go, there's going to be an ass show there. Just like my birthday at the Summer Club and now your birthday at Planta.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. But the Summer Club is definitely like an influencer.
Well, that was that. Yeah, we went to their.
Yeah, we didn't belong there.
Yeah, we went in their hive. We infiltrated their unit over there. But here, it was crazy.
Yeah, it was nuts.
But everything was delicious. The food was so good. All my fellas out there who hear vegan and immediately like, yo, I'm a vegan now. It's good food. It tastes good, bro.
Yeah.
Y'all need to eat food that tastes good, and there's really, really good vegan. Don't make it yourself.
Yeah.
If there's a vegan restaurant, it's usually because it's good. It's good food.
So good. It like Planta is spicy moon.
And I'm not vegan. I like meat.
You love meat, yeah.
Like, no, actually, fast forward. I love meat in my mouth. It's so tender and juicy, and I love the way it goes down my throat and really makes me feel like a person.
Yeah.
I don't feel alive unless there's meat in my mouth. You know what I mean? And that's a joke. But I say that to say, like, you don't have to, liking good vegan food doesn't come at the cost of, like, you can't eat meat. It's just good food.
It was good food. Incredible. It was so good. So I had a great birthday. I felt super loved. I feel like a record amount of text messages and messages. I was like, enough.
Yeah.
Like they kept rolling in, and then they kept rolling in the next day, and even up until yesterday, I was like, guys, it's over. Yeah. Like, please stop wishing me happy birthday. I can't.
Bad guys.
Yeah. Please, no pictures.
Guys, somebody just drop a hateful comment in my YouTube.
Yeah. But that was great. A great birthday was a great follow up to our New York Comedy Festival show, which
I don't know if you guys heard, but we sold it out. It's just what it is. A couple kids just fucking selling out New York Comedy Club because we're the fucking best.
Because we are the best. And before we get into it, I want to shout out Elena, who you didn't get to meet. Sorry, but Elena, you made my whole day. You listened to our podcast and you came to our show, which is great. Elena. Yes. And then obviously shout out to the best, softie of our life, Maria Maverick.
It's just what
who came from Boston just for the night.
Yep.
Didn't even fuck my dad.
Didn't even feel like she had to. Why? You don't have to do crazy stuff like that when you're accepted as family.
Yeah, exactly.
Dog, because one thing about Maria Maverick, she was the third most popular person there after me and you. Because my dad heard her name, he was like, "Oh, Maria Maverick."
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I was so hyped to see her. We have we got pictures from that night. We'll post them.
Yeah.
I have a picture with Elena.
I think we got a couple pictures with Maria too.
Yeah, we have a couple pictures with Maria. With Maria, I have pictures with Elena. We'll post them.
Yeah, and if you listen to this podcast and you're either a silent listener or one of my homies, put a comment in the YouTube. Tell us that you came to the show. Tell us that you liked it.
Yeah.
If we didn't get to talk to you, or if you're listening to this from the show, which you're not, because I forgot to shout out the name of the podcast to all 110 sold out patrons. But it's what it is.
It's fine.
Let us know that you had a great time, because we love hearing how much fun people had, because it was a fucking blast.
It was the best night of my life. Yeah. I'm not even kidding. And I was so emotional the next day, because I was so nervous leading up.
Yeah.
And then after it was over, it was like an adrenaline dump.
Yeah.
And the next day I just had nothing left, and it was just emotion.
Yeah. I mean,
and then your sister sent me the cutest video of my life.
Oh yeah.
Of JC watching me, and it I could cry now, which also nothing new here.
Not a very high barometer for something that was really emotional and touching.
Yeah. No, it was the most beautiful video of JC watching me do stand up, and it was a cute video. If you had it on mute, because otherwise I'm talking about pegging him. Just insane.
You think I'm watching you loving and dotingly, but I'm just watching everybody react to the tag that I gave you.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh.
It's so funny.
I'm so good at comedy.
That's how I feel about your jokes.
Yeah.
Because I could not come up with a tag for any of my shit.
Me and Samantha do our best work on each other.
Yeah. Like I had a joke about him that was good. Yeah. And then I was like, I need a tag. And he gave me one. And it was about pegging him. And literally every toxic male comic will be like, oh, does JC know you say that? I'm like, yeah, he wrote it. Yeah.
Make no mistake, Samantha is a lipstick lesbian, and I am a fully homosexual man. And it's just the truth, and it's very apparent when you listen to our sets, because when you listen to Samantha's set, her masculinity comes out a lot more. She leans into it, and that's where she draws her humor from. And I'm the opposite. Yeah. I draw my superpower from femininity. And now that I think back on that set, I realize why I didn't like the first 10-15 minutes so much is because I opened with a joke that not even mine. I opened with a joke that Aaron Berg said about me that worked really well in Atlantic City, because everybody there is homophobic. There's no gay people, about how the way that I hurt my foot was the gayest way I could possibly do it. And it wasn't true to me, and it didn't go well, and it set not that it didn't go well.
What are you talking about?
It went fine, but it didn't go I didn't feel great until minute 15, because that's when I started getting into my shit.
I want every man to stop using the word gay. I don't know when that decided to make it a comeback.
I know.
But it's got to stop. It's not funny. It's such a weird thing.
It's hack.
And I'm like, why did we bring this back? It's like the R word.
What, retarded?
Yeah, I don't know why that made a comeback, and I want it to stop. I
think it's because generally...
it's because Trump 2024.
Trump 2024, that's what it is. But I think also generally those are the first two controversial words that people are finding a way to say without taking real heat from anymore. Because cancel culture is not what it used to be.
Of course.
You can't get canceled. So you could say much worse, but I feel like as somebody who sprinkles them in to my set, which I'm not proud of, but I do. And a lot of comics do. It's not
no.
It's not only bad comics that do it.
I'm not saying it's bad. I said men.
Yeah.
I just feel like it's just a thing.
It is 100%, but it's it's what we can get away with without roughly. It's barely controversial anymore.
Yeah.
And maybe it never was supposed to be that controversial, but that doesn't make it any funnier. You know
It's just for me, it's I remember when a teacher said that people use curse words because they don't have a broad enough vocabulary.
Yeah,
I'm like, think of something else.
Yeah, no, you're right. But that in my act, when I curse a lot, sometimes it's because I'm trying to spice it up.
Yeah.
It's because I'm still learning how to write. Whereas my favorite joke that I have, my best joke, is the cleanest joke I have.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's the evolution of comedy.
Yeah. I also feel back to our sets and everything, I used to always say my love language is roasting somebody, and I used to be like that in my your
personal life.
In my personal life, people would be say something nice about your partner, and I'd be like, that loser? I couldn't. It would make me uncomfortable to watch people talk nicely about their partner. I'd be like, grow up. Why would you say that? I used to watch Vanderpump Rules, and Stassi was a bitch. You saw that. Yeah. When she meets her husband, she does a complete 180, and it's incredible. And she talks so nicely of him. And I remember being at work and Gail being like, I love to see her like that. I'm like, I hate it. Yeah. And it made me and then I remember Gail, the way she looked at me, I was like, oh, I need therapy. Yeah. And now I feel like I don't do that at all in our personal life. I feel like I don't roast you.
Not in our personal life, no.
No, but I can't. Unfortunately, it's funny, and I can't stop doing it on stage.
Yeah, you gave me a good 12-minute lashing up there.
I do, but I also every time I'm done, I'm just kidding. I love him so much. Yeah. I want everyone to know, I don't mean anything that I'm saying.
But this is
really funny, and I have to say it.
You know, to be fair to you, I feel I don't know, man. I feel guys have been getting away with my fucking wife for since comedy
and I'm
began.
Here to fucking change it.
And you can do it too. And it's I think the funny part why I don't mind it is because you always say, women are so willing to be the butt of the joke historically. Yeah. And especially as it comes to comedy. So if I can't take it for a fucking half hour, then who the fuck cares? It's also our relationship is good. Yeah. You know what I mean? It's not I believe that you really think terrible things about me, but they are funny when you say them because you're not because you're a woman, but that subverts the way the audience expects you to talk.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? So it's not pussy jokes, which is also every time a guy hears a woman talk about a person, they're like, oh my God, this is crazy.
Yeah, it's so corny.
Which it isn't, but it's the same way, you're not expected to have a quick, witty, not negative, but to make the joke on somebody else.
Yeah,
because you're so nice and sweet.
Yeah. I don't think people don't really see it.
They
never expect it from me. And I also don't mean anything that I ever say on stage. Like even when I'm being rude to it, when I'm being rude to the audience, I'm like, I'm just saying the thing, and I don't mean anything by it. Yeah. Also, wait, shout out to Nika. She came too. We just didn't get to see her. We didn't get to see her. She also commented on the video that I posted of you watching me, and she said that she was glancing at you, watching you watch me too. She's a real one. She's a
super real, man. We met Nika doing brain scans, bro.
Yeah, she found me from my Housewives video. Oh yeah, my Housewives of Nazareth video.
Were you the first person she reached out to when she was doing that thing on the studies of comedy? And
I don't know. I think I don't know. I'm sure she had other people. I have no clue because when I met her, she said she met with like I think it was the first woman comic that she had met with. Because I remember when I was saying like I just want to make people feel good and I love to be on stage.
She asked why they do comedy, and she was saying how every male comic is always like, I just have something that the world needs to hear.
It was more about them, and when she talked to me, I was like, what's for other people? And like I like to make people feel good, and it's always been something. And she was like, no one has said that.
Nobody said that yet. Yeah, I don't, because I try not to be as typical of a toxic man, but I don't do it because I don't do it for the service of it. I do it because it's fun for me, and like I am glad that people can take joy from it, but I find like life fulfilling joy that I could maybe make a living doing something that I would want to do for free.
Well, I also enjoy it for myself, but nothing makes me feel better than like, knowing that someone could have came and had a bad day and now they had a great day, because like, I just love that feeling. Like, one of the shows I hosted recently, there was a girl in the front, and it threw me for a loop when she was like, I'm visiting New York. I'm like, what brings you here? She's like, I'm going in for cancer treatments. I'm like, bitch, why would you tell me that? Yep. But then watching her laugh throughout the night, and I was like, oh, okay. Like, we did our job. Yeah, that's what we're here for. Yeah. And like, she probably came because her and her husband wanted to get their mind off of their real life.
A little fucking pick me up, man.
Yeah, so I love that. Also, very much, I love to do it, and it's something I felt like I was called to do, and it is fulfilling for me. But such a big part of it for me is like watching people laugh and have a good time. Yeah. I love it.
I get that. I feel like I never considered that until I heard you talk about it. Like because I care about it's. I almost feel bad that it's so like not selfless, and like it ends up becoming a nice thing, but it's not. That's not the genesis of like why I care. You know what I mean? Like I never considered what other people's lives are like when they leave the club. I know when they're in the club and they're watching me on stage, I want everybody to feel good and happy and light and really like have a good time while I'm up there. But I never stopped to consider what they were feeling before or after that. Yeah. Like I don't even stop to think about, I hope they leave the show being like, I'm really glad I saw that. I think like I care so much about who I care so much about who I can, like what I can get them to do in those 15 minutes. Like, I want them to just feel like so safe where everything is good. Yeah. But I never think about what happens after.
Yeah. I do.
Yeah. I never do.
But it's also like when my friends are going through something or family members going through something, I always like to be the one to crack a joke to make them laugh. Same. When they're going through something like, whatever it is. And like be them to laugh and be like, I needed that.
I feel that.
And I'm like, I always try to bring that to somebody because like life is hard. Yeah. So like if I can be that for somebody, I love to do that. And it's not about me being like, I'm going to make this sad person laugh. It's like, it's about like, I want to make you feel better for, even if it's for a second, I want you to laugh.
I think for me, what comes out, and I know this is a joke every time I say it because I can't say it any other way. For me, it's the hubris of like, hey, listen to me. I know that this is the funny thing. Yeah. And it needs to be said, whether you're not whether you're emotionally ready to receive it or not, but like, I know emotions might make you feel differently, but this is the funny thing that's going to help you kind of navigate this in a way that doesn't fucking make you want to kill yourself.
Yeah. You're like, you need me.
You need, not even me, because I'm an instrument. I don't feel like I'm telling you, like I'm creating this angle that you haven't thought about. I'm like, hey man, this terrible thing happened. Here's the joke about it. That maybe I got here first, but I'm not saying anything crazy. This is good. Yeah. This is funny because this is what humor is. Yeah. So I feel like I'm just the person that reminds you, hey, bud, we have to joke about this thing. That's why when something bad happens to my friends or around my friends, it's like, are we joking about it or not yet? Yeah. Because
I feel like sometimes you get there a little too quick.
Oh, I definitely do. Yeah. Well, that's because I'm never getting there. I live there.
You live there and you're not doing it for them. You're doing it for you.
Yeah, because it's funny. But what I'm saying is, Is laughter not the best medicine?
No, it is.
So
but
it's
people
like,
have to be ready to take that medicine. You don't want to shove it in their mouth.
And I try not to, but it doesn't mean that it's not the most healthy.
Yeah.
So it's like, bud, I know you don't want this joke, but it is here.
Yeah.
Or and I hope my friends do this when I leave. But like when one of us leaves the chat, it's like, okay, time to make the joke that nobody wanted to say in front of that person, because this is what life is.
Well, yeah.
This is the truth. And I understand that they can't, or why they can't, or why anybody wouldn't want to joke about something serious. But the joke is alive.
Yeah.
It's just a matter of acknowledging it or not.
Yeah, I get it. I get that.
I feel you though. So shout out to Nika.
Yeah.
She was cool, and she like opened my, like, hearing you talk, like what your conversation was about, kind of like prompted me to think about some things.
Yeah.
And I had a great time chatting with her too. And that's how I'm really proud of us, because we only knew her from that.
Yeah,
you know
but she was wonderful. And then she came to my show. I met with her on a Friday.
And she's been rocking with us ever since.
And she came to Let's Get It that night.
Yeah, facts. Oh shit, let's get it, man.
Holy shit. She's truly the best.
Yeah, one of our ones, man.
We talk, Maria Maverick, be nervous.
Oh, Maria's the real one, man. Maria's super fucking cool.
Yeah.
And shout out to everybody that came, all my homies that came.
Yes.
Shout out to Foots, who came after his birthday celebration.
Yeah.
All my homies, and all my homies who didn't come, man, because same thing with Tara and Kevin. Like, they've been to so many of my shows.
Please.
And coming to see and supported us so many times.
Yeah.
That when they take a night off, it's like, hey, man, of course we're not upset.
Of
with
course
you.
not. No.
We couldn't do this without you. So I was super grateful that we sold it out.
Me
and
too.
we had a great time, and you fucking murdered it.
Thank you, baby.
Everybody fucking that was there, tell Samantha how good she did, because it was so much fun. It was so much fun to watch.
Oh, thank you.
It was like real murder time, kill time. You were on it. You were loose. Like, you weren't afraid of saying anything in front of your people, and I loved that for you. I loved watching it. It was so much fun.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
True rock star performance, and it was just a blast, man. I had so much fucking fun.
Yeah, me too.
I can't wait till those are much less, like, fewer, like they're not as far between.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, we have one more
recent.
It's gonna be our life, hopefully.
Yeah.
Where we go do on the road, do our comedy thing, do our podcast thing, and fucking make money that way.
Yeah.
Live our lives
more often. I said more recent. Yeah.
Yeah, more often. And I think it's coming soon.
Yeah, and shout out also to my friends, Crystal and Brenda. Brenda was her birthday. She came.
Happy belated.
All of that whole crew. You know, all of my closest friends, Dee Dee, Alice, Katrina, David, Lolly came out.
Facts.
My whole family came out. Shout out to my parents for being amazing sports.
Yeah,
honestly,
facts. Mine too.
Yeah. Literally, yeah.
Yeah, both of our parents.
Both our parents.
One of my friends, I think maybe Gil was like, dog, the way that y'all roast your parents in front of them is crazy.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you're Dominican, you can't relate because you don't have a healthy relationship.
Yeah.
It's just what it is.
No, honestly though, like my parents. The reason why I can do that in front of them, make no mistake, I was saying those things to them alone, be a problem. My parents like to be center of attention. Yeah. So they're like, yeah. They loved that everybody knew who they were. They were like, yeah, that's my daughter. Yeah. And like, they didn't even hear that I was roasting them. They were just so excited
that you were doing it.
That I was doing it for them.
And you know, you have a microphone, you're on a stage, a bunch of people are really locked into what you're saying. They're closing their ears, they're imagining that you're singing, they can't even hear what you're saying. They're just listening for the parts. Ooh, did you hear that beat sharp?
Yeah. They loved it. But also shout out to your parents for being good sports and not being like, why is she talking about my son like that?
I love it, bro. I love it. And they love it too, because they get it. Because that's, you know, as much shit as I give my sisters and my family, like, I love it. I love, like, if the joke's on me, the joke's on me. You know what I mean? I try to keep it as fair with everybody as possible.
Yeah. If I'm being 100% honest, that was what I was like the most nervous about. Because I was like, I'm about to perform in front of like JC's friends and his parents and stuff. And I'm like, I don't know how they're going to take this. Like, I hope that they aren't mad that about the things I'm saying, because obviously nothing that I'm saying is true. And I'm not like mean spirited. Yeah. And like, you know, that what stopped me from getting into comedy is the fact that I was so nervous that people were gonna
receive you.
How people were gonna receive me. Yeah. And like I always bring this up, but like in high school I would say the thing and I didn't mean it, and people would be like, she's a fucking bitch. And I'd be like, I don't mean anything that I'm saying. It's just the funny thing to say in the moment, and I made you laugh. Yeah. But then the people would be like, she kind of, you know, so I'm always thinking people are going to be that way.
I get that. I feel
and
that.
so like, I was like, I don't want to disrespect anybody. Yeah. And I don't want anyone to feel a type of way, or like, I don't like the way she talks about my son. Yeah. And, you know, and because you're so sweet to me, and I feel like, you know, that is like the common comment that I hear from like your family is how like they've never seen you like this and all this stuff, and I don't want them to think I'm like this mean woman,
like you're taking it for granted,
or like this mean woman that like is not giving you what you give me, and they're like, oh my god, he's in a bad relationship.
Yeah. What you got to understand is that my friends and family, they have seen me be with somebody who doesn't like me. Okay, they're very, very familiar with what that actually looks, sounds, and feels like.
Yeah.
Because they've watched it happen. They've been at shows where I've had my ex there, and they've watched her not have a great time.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's different. So it's as confident as you are in the way that I radiate to your friends and family, it's the same.
Okay, I was hoping that.
Nobody
I was
is
so
worried
nervous
about how you treat me.
Yeah, good. I was super nervous about that because I'm like, I'm a comic, but I want to be respectful to everybody. But I got up there and I was like, Once I was like making jokes on my parents, and I was like, well, everyone's gonna have to be okay with what I'm about to say.
Facts, exactly. I think everybody was cool with it.
Yeah,
it's the funny thing, dog. My friends are they're like supportive hecklers. You know what I mean? So like you said something, and then after one of the jokes you said about me, I think maybe it was Lou or Rollin. Like, fight back, brother.
Yeah. No. Someone said that to my parents.
Oh, yeah.
I said something about the ring my dad bought, and then they were like, "Damn, fight back." Then it was after like my mom's hit me jokes. I was like, "Please don't."
Yeah, that's just very. It was all fucking flowing and grooving, and it was so much fun.
It was a great time. I had a wonderful time. I love to watch you, and we don't do shows together as often. And so I feel like I don't ever get to see you like that much. So it was just fun to watch you do like 30 minutes. And like I said, we were having a conversation the other day, and like this year you fucking put pen to paper.
Yo, man.
You wrote another 45 minutes this year, which is incredible.
Those jokes that I did outside of the one that I closed with, all of that is unique to this year. That's like not unique in my life, but like I wrote those this year. Yeah. I honed those this year, and I always am I'm very tough on myself about how much I write or how much I don't write. And the fact that like in my Big 30 show for the first time, I wanted to do all of those jokes. And I feel like, maybe my friends had seen them post a couple of them here and there on social media, and they've been to other shows. But like from the 30 that I did for my birthday a couple of years ago, I feel like there was no overlap. You know what I mean? Like
you don't even do any of those jokes.
I know.
I think
I didn't realize how far I'd come.
Yeah, you've come so far, and it's so fun to watch you. It inspires me because I write slower.
You're writing slower now. That's not a characteristic that you have. It's just I feel like I've been saying this since we like met. I feel like we go through the same things 1 year apart. Like where we're at creatively when it comes to stand-up comedy. Yeah. I felt the same way last year. Yeah. And I feel like I put a little bit more emphasis, and even though I didn't recognize how well I was doing with it, it came that way. Yeah. And that's what's coming for you next. It's not, you don't write slow, you're writing slow. We're also both still learning how to do stand-up.
Of course.
And that shit takes way more than the 3, 4, 5 years we've put in already. Yeah. You know what I mean? And like you say all the time, we put pressure on ourselves because we look around and we see so many people doing well, but we're on a very healthy curve with the craft. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And we're both getting exponentially better, and watching you was fucking so much fun. I wasn't shocked because I'd seen you murder, but like that's how it's supposed to go when we're famous, in front of our people who want to see us, people who want to see us win. Like that's what being a stand-up is all about. Yeah. Creating your base and fucking making them happy. Yeah. And that's what that show felt like. We had our base there, and I felt like you made them happy, and I felt like we made them happy.
Yeah, I also shout out to those 2 Asian girls in the front.
Facts,
I'm
man.
like, come to every show. You guys are the best audience members of all time.
Yo, you know what, man? Shout out to all Asian people, dude. Fuck it. You know what I'm saying?
Stop Asian hate.
Stop that shit, and definitely stop it. We won't let nobody touch you. Come to the show.
Yeah.
That's for sure. So come to Soft Launch. Come in Rhythm. Come fuck with us.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, man.
But that was
so many shout outs. Shout out to all my friends, all my family, Samantha's family, and everybody who was just there. And fuck, man, sold out. First time headlining, sold it out. And
I'll shout out to my cousin Nicole, and Amanda. They came out too. I feel like I'm missing people that came, but like everybody that came, just so appreciative, just a wonderful night. I was really, really. I know we talk about me being emotional, but I really could not stop crying. Like I kept thinking about what a wonderful day that was, and like we work so hard all the time, and like we miss events, we miss things, and I think that was for me just like such a weight off my shoulders for people to see like I'm out here working. I don't want to miss
We're
events.
Not just fucking off.
Like I'm really working towards a goal, and it's really great to have like these like moments of like basically like a check-in. Like look at what I've been doing, and it's not all for nothing. So it's been it's really fun, and I really like was excited for my friends and family to see me.
I was too. I feel like the world is playing catch up to who I already know you to be. Not that they don't know you, but they don't know you like that on the stage. And it's just so much fun to watch people see you. You know? And it was a blast, man. And I'm excited because that's just hopefully the beginning for us and what will be in 2025. Many more shows, many more headlining, many more cities. You know, it's going to be so much fun. It was like a real taste of what I want our lives to look like. And it's exciting. And then, you know, we got our new apartment. Well, forgive us for the super long
one thing about we.
But, you know, it's been a while since we've talked to you guys and fucking a lot's happened. You know? And
this is just an us episode.
Yeah, this one's about us. But we do have we can do our little list before we get up out of here.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Because it's going to be a little shorter because I got to run to a show and, you know, we don't want to be up too late with this fucking nosy neighbors and stuff like that. But shit, man, we'll just move right into our next segment where we talk about stuff that's going on in the world. And there's plenty that's going on in the world.
Yeah.
But we're just going to focus on one thing today, and we're going to do that in our segment called
Aight, So Boom.
And what we want to talk to you guys about is The Sexiest Man.
Yes.
It was released in 2024, and I can't believe I've been snubbed again.
Yeah, it's absolutely insane.
I feel like, no Latinos have won yet.
Is that true?
I think so. I think we talked about this last year. I don't think any Latins have won.
I'm not going to look it up, but I believe it.
I don't think any Latins have won. And
it's crazy when you're right here.
I'm right here.
Yeah. And if not you, at least Pedro Pascal.
Dog, for real though. Marcelo's he's gonna start I feel like, the winner was Jim Krasinski. Jim Halpert.
Yeah.
The John Krasinski won, and he's a great director. The Quiet Place is huge now.
Yeah.
But he's like fucking 15 years past his like peak popularity.
Yeah, I'm super.
Who the fuck asked him for this?
Yeah, I'm like, who made this decision? Pam? Who works at People?
Yeah, he's also not even the sexiest guy in his relationship.
Yes.
What's his name? What's his wife
Emily
name?
Blunt.
She's so much hotter.
Yeah.
But whatever, dude. What? Go ahead. How do you feel?
He's definitely hot.
He's hot.
Like, and he's hot.
And his whole thing is hot.
His whole thing is hot. Although
but it's not hot like sexy though. He's not sexy. You think he's sexy, Jimmy?
No.
I don't think sexy. I think handsome. I think charming. Like, Idris Elba's sexy.
Yeah.
To call Idris Elba and fucking John Krasinski both sexy is crazy. They were on the same show. Idris was sexy in that show.
That's right. I forgot he was even on that.
And John was always handsome, funny.
He wasn't. Here's the thing: is as Jim, he was not hot.
Yeah.
He was only hot later when he got like ripped, and he stopped wearing his Justin Bieber hair.
Yeah. He stopped wearing his Drew Dunn hair.
Yeah, Drew Dunn's gotta let it go. Yeah. But yeah. Drew Dunn looks like the kid in 2.5 Men.
He's also hysterical, and I think
he's so funny. Honestly, but that hair
he keeps the hair for the bit.
It's got to.
Dog, you know whose hair doesn't look bad? And I know this is a little bit inside baseball because we're talking about comics that are probably
look up if you don't know who Drew Dunn is, look him up. He looks like the good kid from 2.5 Men.
He's also hilarious.
One of the funniest.
Somebody else whose hair is, I think Peter Fowler's hair looks good.
I like it in the ponytail. I like it in the ponytail.
He looks great, and he's ugly. And he's not that funny. No, I'm kidding. I love Peter Fowler. He's fucking hysterical.
No, I love Peter Fowler. I haven't seen him in years.
But yeah, that's because we don't work at the stand anymore.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's looking great with his hair. So just the tale of two hairs.
Yeah.
Opposite spectrums. But Jimmy Halpert, Sexiest Man Alive. Big stretch.
Big stretch.
A lot of my homies who are very, very, very tapped into who the Sexiest Man is were very upset and in an uproar that Glenn Powell didn't win.
Yeah. And then
tell me how you feel about Glenn Powell, because he's the it guy.
Yeah, and he's an industry plant. He's not good looking. Like, I don't get it.
Hold on. Nope.
Yeah, he's just not a good looking guy. He's a regular, basic looking white dude. Ugh. It's the same way, and they're gonna cancel me for this. It's the Ryan Gosling effect. Oh, Ryan Gosling is not that hot. That man has no lips. I get his body. Yeah. And also, if we're talking, when I mention Ryan Gosling, I'm not talking about Ryan Gosling in Crazy Stupid Love. That is not Ryan Gosling.
That is the same Ryan Gosling.
No, it wasn't.
What Ryan Gosling are you talking about?
I'm talking about Ryan Gosling and everything else. Ryan Gosling in Crazy Stupid Love, that wasn't him. Damn. That was like Stefan Urkel. He like went to a thing and came out and he was fucking smoking.
I'm really glad that I spent the first hour of this podcast doting on you and how happy I am to be living with you and how great you've done, because now I feel confident and free and completely uninhibited to let you know you're so fucking stupid.
Yeah.
Ryan Gosling's hot, okay? I know I don't make the decisions about what women have sex with what men. Ryan Gosling is objectively attractive.
So here's the thing. I think Ryan Gosling is attractive, but I think it's full package. Like, he brought his dog everywhere. He's a sweet guy. He married a Latina.
What are you talking about, man? He's attractive because he brings his dog everywhere. I get it. That's but like
his late dog.
The fucking guy looks great
from the neck down.
He looks great
from the nose down.
He's handsome.
I don't like his lips.
I know you don't like his lips, but that doesn't mean he's not handsome. He's handsome. Just because you don't think he's that sexy, you have to be able to make a distinction between what is objectively good and what is not your favorite. So
he's not,
and you don't do that.
Okay.
You don't do that in the way
he's
in your
not ugly.
Speak.
He's not ugly.
Okay.
But he does not deserve the amount of like goo goo gaga that he gets. And I feel the same way about Glenn Powell. Glenn Powell doesn't make me want to throw up. Fair. But I'm like, this is he's just an average. He looks like every other white guy.
Okay, see, that's where you go too far. Because there's a difference.
Glenn Powell?
Yes. There's a difference between they're overrated sexy. People are putting them on too high of a sexy pedestal. They're saying he's way sexier than he is. That can be true. But that's a big difference between being overrated sexy and being an average Joe, which is what you're saying. And I'm saying that's wrong. That's ridiculous.
Glenn Powell or Ryan Gosling?
Both of them are handsome, attractive white men. They're both handsome. They're not the hottest guys on the planet, but they are attractive, and they're closer to very attractive than they are to average. And that's what gets lost when you speak. You're saying that they are average and people are talking about them like they're sexy, and that's not what's happening.
It's just, then my taste is just different because I don't like, what movie just came out recently that Glenn Powell was in? And I'm like, when Anthony Ramos is standing right there.
Yeah. Well, Anthony Ramos he's a fucking hot kid.
Yeah.
He's smoking.
But he's also not like conventionally.
He's also not conventionally.
He's not conventionally attractive, and I think I prefer that.
Yes.
But I also like a little sazon on my man.
I get it, baby, and I'm not coming at your personal taste. You can have preferences, but you don't allow what is actually objectively true outside of your preference to exist, and that's where we always disagree.
Yeah. I'm again not saying Glenn Powell's ugly. I just don't think
he's also not average. That's what I'm saying. You're saying
who's
he's
average to you?
I think Jim is close. I think John Krasinski.
See, I think John Krasinski is way better looking.
I would have to disagree, but they're both. I think John Krasinski's closer to average than Glenn Powell is, in terms of just looks.
Okay, if we're talking about like white guys,
yeah,
Austin Butler is better looking than
show.
He's better looking than fucking what's this guy's name?
Glenn Powell.
Yeah,
100%.
And Glenn Powell is shooting to the top, and I'm like, are we looking at the same people?
See, you are not wrong for your assessment that Glenn Powell is getting too many sexy points that he doesn't deserve. Can't argue there.
Yeah.
But saying that he's not attractive or not above average or not handsome, that is too far in making your point, is what I'm saying.
To you.
Yeah, and I'm saying
it's my opinion.
But your opinion is some bullshit. It's really fucking dumb, Samantha.
You just mushed.
I know.
You just mushed two housewives.
I thought you liked that. I did a little fucking
little fucking
two in the pig one of the fucking stinking your fucking references. But no, man, wow, we just really synchronized that fucking.
Yeah,
sniff.
we really did. Okay, so we're gonna go through the guys who made the list after John Krasinski.
Also, fellas, ladies, everybody who listens, drop your sexiest people in this video, and we'll see if we can pick a better one.
So it says fall in love all over again with 11 of people's men of the year. These are men of the year.
Oh, these are men of the year. Okay, the first one I got here, Manny Jacinto. I don't know who that is.
He
looks hot.
He's definitely handsome.
This is Sexiest Man Alive. This is Sexiest Man Alive.
So he's I guess right under. So he was in the running.
Yeah, he was in the running. He was a finalist.
He was He was in
The Good Place. He was in Star Wars. I've never fucking seen this guy.
Yeah, I don't know who he is.
Number 2, Pedro Pascal.
Yeah.
Now let's talk about Pedro Pascal because he is sexy, but is he conventionally hot?
He's not conventionally hot, but he is sexy. But Pedro Pascal, he's not conventionally good looking. Like it's more sexy for me.
This is what the thing is for me. People's Sexiest Man Alive, on more years than not, they are not picking the Sexiest Man Alive. It's an amalgamation of things of like popularity.
They're getting paid. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not.
Stop the count.
It's not. I feel like not the only time, but when Idris Elba won it for the first time.
Yeah.
It was purely because he's an absolute fucking smoke show.
Yeah. Well, the fact that he doesn't win it every year.
I know. He's so hot.
Yeah.
And he won it. I don't know what was coming out at that time, his films or what TV shows he was doing, but he's never been like that A-list superstar actor. But motherfuckers know what they're looking at.
Well, because
So,
are you kidding?
Yeah. So I'm saying like those are rare, the actual sexy of it. So most often it's somebody who's popping right now. Like Glenn Powell I don't think he's the sexiest man alive.
Do you think he's sexy or good looking?
I think he's good looking. I think he's sexier than John Krasinski. But I don't think either one is particular. I think Ryan Gosling is sexier than both of them.
I agree.
But doesn't matter. Glenn Powell winning would have made sense because he's so popular right now. The same way, is Sydney Sweeney the most beautiful girl in Hollywood? No,
but she's pair of tits on that broad.
Jesus Christ, God forbid. I don't want to speak because I don't want to be. If I speak, I am in big trouble. I don't want to be in big trouble. But she's rolling. She's got a thing, and if they did it for women, which hopefully in Trump's America can make a comeback. Sexiest woman alive. Women don't want to be objectified. Politely, let's do they
not do? I think they still do that. No, I don't know. I'm not sure.
You know what, man?
But I don't think
honestly, this country. If we let this country pick sexiest woman alive, and I'm not saying this person is ugly, but it's just gonna be fucking Lizzo every year or somebody like that, and she's beautiful. But I just don't want to fucking do this unless we're gonna have a real conversation, because that's not a real conversation.
Yeah, and we're back, guys. We're back. We're back from 1994.
I know it's wrong.
Yeah,
but I'm not. Whatever.
Yeah.
Yes, we're back.
So we're back. I think. Honestly, we keep talking about like Idris Elba, and obviously he should get it every year. What I think is the biggest snub is that Bad Bunny has never won.
Yeah, he should. I feel like it's like the presidency. You have to be a certain age.
He is so sexy.
I think Michael B. Jordan won once.
Yeah, no, you can be young.
I know you can be young, but they never.
Move this closer
they never fucking They never do it though. They never go young. It's like the presidency. They always want to
keep scrolling. They go young, and also Jacinta looks young.
Yeah. He's very handsome.
Well, he's also Asian. He could be 96.
That's a fact.
Yeah,
he could be. Maybe he's light skinned black. Who knows? The kid just looks great. It could be any age.
Yeah. Age is not an age thing. They just want to make sure you can speak English.
Yeah. That's what it is. What are you gonna call
it? What is this? This is people, not gente.
Facts. That's a good one. So my main point about Pedro Pascal, he's not conventionally sexy, but he's so popping right now. Almost everything you see
I think he's conventionally sexy. I don't think he's conventionally good looking. Yes, different.
But I say that to say, his looks aside, which is what happens in these things.
Yeah.
His popularity is so massive. Is like he should be well at the top of those conversations.
I agree.
I think we'll go through this whole list. He's the biggest star in this list.
Well, we'll see.
Like he's an A-list lead man.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, so I think Pedro Pascal, to me this year, and we were saying this last year, biggest snub. He should have
won. All right? He should have won.
So we go to number 3.
Andrew Garfield.
No.
Miss me. I mean, I think
not
he's great.
Great actor, and I think there's a cute thing about him.
There's definitely a cute thing, and
he's
also
only 42.
Yeah, which is... I am thrown by his age because I thought the kid was 27.
Well, that's because when you met him as fucking Spider-Man, and Spider-Man's
was that 15. Long ago?
He was 31 when he played Spider-Man. That was like,
and I thought he was 18.
I know, that's because he's got a quality about him and an energy.
He is only sexy when he's talking to Amelia. I was watching that and I was like, guys, get naked and fuck.
Fucking fact.
Like I've never thought he was attractive.
He was rizzing her up.
No. That's the type of porn I watch where there's chemistry.
Yeah. So two ugly people who are really into each other.
So if Andrew Garfield is number 3, Amelia better be number 4. Yeah. They got to be together.
Yeah, and
otherwise he's not hot.
Not only is Andrew Garfield number 3, but he's about a 3 out of 10, and that's what turns Samantha on. So actually, he's number 1. But Andrew Garfield, I agree, not sexy.
Not sexy.
I don't even think really handsome.
No, I don't really get it. But great actor.
Great actor. I really fuck with Andrew Garfield.
Yeah, and I think the hottest thing for me is when he talks about his mom, his dead mom.
Yeah.
I mean, really is really sweet.
Well, that's what's hotter than trauma? Max Manikoff gets pussy every day. It's what it is.
It's just what it is. Just keep going. Jesus Christ. Austin Butler.
Kid's fucking. He is smoking.
Well,
he's the hottest guy that we've seen so far.
Yeah. Also
on this list.
Yeah. I know. Yeah. He's
Matt Rife though. A little too.
Yeah, it's too pretty. That's what I was going to say. And you're gonna. He's a pretty boy. He looks like Angelina Jolie if she was a lesbian. Do you know what I mean? If she was like butch.
Yeah.
So like I get it.
He is what the society is what society is. I feel like he's the closest version to what society has always told us is sexy.
Yeah, well, he's got full lips, and I think that's just my thing.
Yeah, I think he's hot.
Unfortunately,
Butler,
he just if all I need him to do is just be in a lesbian porn, then I'd like him. But I just as like this, I don't.
He's getting better. I've never sat down and watched an Austin Butler movie. But he's Elvis now. Yeah. He was in Dune. He was not hot in Dune, but he was good in it. So you just
don't like him because he was with your ex.
He was with Vanessa Hudgens. Yeah. So I can appreciate him. Just like I appreciate Zac Efron after.
Yeah, Austin Butler, I only would think he's hot if he had a pussy. Because he is a dick, I don't like it.
That's why the hottest person in comedy is Emma Willman.
Yeah,
That's what it is. She really is. Did you see Matt Rife, by the way?
Yeah, I saw your thing on. It was hysterical.
That is what he's trying to
No,
be.
it's 100%. And Emma Willman just sent him a cease and desist.
Yo, dog, when Emma Willman did Late Night the other day and she was in the stand with like a fucking fresh fade.
No.
I was like, Emma is a fucking
she's a
smoke
10.
show, dude.
She's a 10. And she needs to be on this list.
Yeah, and she's jacked.
She's jacked. She also beat the shit out of you.
Yeah,
Emma Willman's hot.
And she's also very nice. I have nothing negative to say about her. I'm going to say something that's like, I wouldn't feel bad if we were closer friends, but Emma Willman could finger blast my asshole. It's just what it is. She's so hot.
Yeah.
In like a dude way, but like the same way she's my white young MA.
Yeah.
That's what Emma Willman.
She's hot.
Awesome,
and her skin is great.
And her wife, Mexican, huge personality on her. She's great. She's always nice to us.
Yeah, she's the best.
All right, so we got Austin Butler. Then we got
who the fuck is
Shabuzi.
this?
Okay.
Oh.
Okay.
No.
He was playing. Also, no, he's not ugly. He's not sexy.
I'm not into him at all. He looks like exactly like Denzel Washington's son.
John David. Yeah, John David's not sexy.
No, but his father is.
Yeah, but Denzel's perfect. 10 out of 10.
Well, Denzel wasn't on this list, but Denzel won their sexiest of all ages.
Yo, not young, like 30 to 45. Denzel was a fucking monster.
Arguments can be made. I saw him in the thing for Gladiator now.
Oh,
he looks
yeah.
hot.
I mean, he's a hot old dude now. He's hot.
Yeah.
He's hot. This guy is the
I know who Shabuzi is.
Oh, so
now
you
that
know-
I didn't know his face. I just read
But you know the song now.
Well, I know that because I only know him because Beyonce features him. Please.
Oh, really? Okay. His song is "Someone Pour Me Up a Double Shot of Whiskey." It's a huge song. You're gonna say you don't know it. You're wrong. I'm not wrong. It's a massive song. I
might know it from TikTok, but I don't know who this is. I don't think he's hot, but I appreciate that they put him on the list.
Yeah, this is a. I don't think he should be hot for. He's not sexy for people, but if he was one of Issa Rae's love interests in Insecure, I would be rooting for him and Lawrence be neck and neck. It's just what it is. Paul Mescal.
I don't know who that is,
I
but
think he's in. Is he not in Gladiator coming up? Yeah, he is.
He is in Gladiator, and I want you to keep scrolling because this man is hideous.
He looks like an uglier Jack Harlow, and Jack Harlow's already ugly to me.
I don't even. Yeah, I was gonna say who I think he looks like, and I'm not gonna say
the motherfucking white people really did this rap boy summer shit.
Get him out of my face.
They're trying to make ugly white guys the thing, and it's like.
Well, with that last name, it's making me think he might be a little Latino, but keep him moving. I don't want to hear. Maybe he's maybe he's Italian.
Yeah, to be frank with you, babe, and I love this guy, and I think he's great, and I'll probably end up blurring this out because I don't want. But if just because he's Latino doesn't mean I automatically root for him to win sexiest. Because if Carlos Hernandez was on this list, I'd be like, get this get out of here. Love that guy. Theo James.
Okay, now we're talking.
He's hot.
Now we're talking.
Theo James, remember him from White Lotus?
First of all, I keep getting him confused, and I'm not even kidding, with Nick Viall. Do you know who that is?
No.
The guy does a podcast about Bravo with his wife and stuff. They look so much alike, and I cannot tell them apart.
That's funny.
This Nick Viall was getting like heat online, and I was like, this guy's hot. Who is this? And I thought it was this guy. Theo James
is a fucking smoke show.
Yeah, he's a smoke show.
He's handsome. He's hot. Contender.
No. Should be number one.
Yeah, get him on the list.
Yeah, get him on the list. Yeah. He's what what white women say when they want tall, dark, and handsome.
Yeah. He's a sexy guy. I really fuck with Theo James. Him and Aubrey Plaza, who would also be almost every year on my
she's something about her.
Their chemistry and White Lotus.
Aubrey Plaza gives me the same thing. It's like she's not conventionally pretty, but she's so fucking sexy.
Yeah.
She's so sexy.
Yeah, let's get ready to ruin Samantha's day with Timothée Chalamet.
And keep scrolling.
Yeah, Timothée Chalamet's not sexy.
Keep scrolling. Love that he's from New York. Keep it moving.
Cucked up. Just not even white boy handsome, honestly,
no.
dude.
I need you to keep scrolling.
Yeah.
It's so aggressively, it's offensive.
Great actor. I really do.
He's a great actor, but just not.
Joshua Jackson.
Yeah. Who
the fuck is this? Is this?
Are you kidding me?
Is that Jace?
You put some respect on Pacey's name. Yeah. First of all, he should have been number one. Joshua Jackson is a smoke show.
No, he's not. Joshua Jackson.
And you know how I feel about Lips.
Yeah.
But
he's hot because he's dating Lupita, and he's got the sauce for black women. But physically, like in the face, he's not the sexiest man alive. If you're telling me Ryan Gosling is average and Joshua Jackson is sexiest man alive, then you're literally not separating the art from the artist. But go off.
I just need you to understand who Pacey was to me.
Yeah. So this is
nostalgia
points. Yeah, we're gonna keep scrolling.
For our lives to be over.
But if you keep singing, we're gonna have to wait for this pod to be over. I have to leave in 5 minutes.
Yeah.
All right, Joshua, Matt
Bomer. He was in a Magic Mike. He's a gay man. He used to be hot to me. He's not hot to me anymore.
I don't
because I think he's aging. He's aging like milk to me. But he was really good looking back in the day when he was a Magic Mike.
I don't know anything about him. I've never seen anything in him. Never seen anything he's been in. Is he on this list because he's gay?
Don't say that.
I'm asking. Like
No.
by physically.
Matt Bomer was hot.
Okay. I got to check his workout. I'm just asking. Stephen Colbert, no.
That's insane.
That's ridiculous.
Okay.
Right.
Well, this list was absolutely trash.
It didn't even have Glenn Powell, and it didn't even have fucking the guy who won.
Well, no, this is after. This is the Ben of the Year, including Pedro. Yeah, these are just check out 11. The guys, the sexiest
those
men.
Are the men of the year. Where does it say sexiest man of the year?
On all their pictures.
Oh.
I don't know what this list is, but people really just be doing a stretch. Honestly, I think the people running people are like
just
they have to be
anything.
65 years old.
Yeah, they are.
I didn't realize you pressed the back button. I thought Diddy was one of the people that was listed. I was like, who is doing this?
Diddy's also not sexy. It doesn't matter how much fucking baby oil you squirt in my eyes. I can squint and still see that it's not that hot. It's what it is. And ladies and gentlemen, we will come back next week maybe with another list of dudes that we're just going to start rating.
Yeah, because we can never do this with women.
No.
Because I wouldn't allow it. But
not because not with all these lip tarts so soft. Even though Trump is back in office, we might be able to do it again.
Jesus Christ.
That's what it is. I'm just kidding. I've been watching a lot of History Hyenas, and nobody's going to listen to our podcast now that they're back, but it's what it is. We're having a good time.
Yeah.
We love you guys. That's going to do it for episode 70. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. We love you so much.
We do.
I'm sorry for wrapping up this episode in a rapid manner, but I got to run to the Upper West Side, which, make no mistake, is going to take me 75 minutes because we live in fucking Astoria now.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
don't want to talk about it.
We love you guys.
We love you. Thank you guys so much for listening.
Send your prayers to Samantha because I'm about to leave and she's about to cry.
Yeah. I'm going to be in fetal position on this couch.
But you guys are awesome. Go to the Patreon, www.patreon.com/softlaunch, $5 a month. Become a super softie. Get bonus episodes, bonus content. We've got a lot of stuff to post for you guys. Maybe we'll post some clips from the show before we post them on the internet. I might not even post anything on the internet. That's how good the crowd was, is that it's going to sound to Instagram like a laugh track. That's how crazy the crowd was. No. It was amazing. You'll see some of it. I got to get out of here. I've been Jason Mendoza.
I'm Samantha Santos.
We love you.
Bye. Peace.